My heart is pounding. I'm nervous because I think I know what's going to happen. Hi everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying their fantastic extra piece for about $2.60 as they wait for the price to move. Until you open your eyes and see what's about to happen, I will continue to say that we have cracked the code. People question how you manage to crack codes every day because we actually have you. Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen and what my strategy is what I want to do in order to capitalize on this forthcoming chance and numerous maybe. So let me start by explaining a few things. Everything hinges on this one event that will transform the XRP market as the price suppression will be lifted, correct? The lid of that regulated jar from BG123 will be removed, now shattering. According to a former SEC attorney, the SEC case will not be postponed until August 15th. There is no time limit or deadline. The decision is expected at any time. August 15th is not a postponement date for the SEC case. It will obviously not come to that, but the district court judge can make a decision on the motion that is now before her in a matter of hours, days, weeks, months, or years. In other words, it may end at any moment, right? But allow me to reveal you. Give a time frame of the case's completion and what I believe will happen to the price action. Here is the strategy, guys. Here is the chronology. I mean, it's right here in front of me, right? I believe this is what's going to happen, so I'm not changing it. Thus, using the few $1,000s I've, guys, I'm going to try to make the most of this chance. My goal is to save money till the end of next month. First, I think that's simply my personal opinion. Therefore, I believe that XRP will arrive in this area. You may view the prices on the right side of the screen. If it does reach these levels, I might make a few rapid deals here. However, the key point is that the case likely ends in August when XRP bottoms out and forms an inverse head and shoulders pattern where this can go much lower. As you can see, this is a great fit with our theory that I presented a few weeks ago. And I'm not saying this right now, guys. I told you a few weeks ago that I believe the bottom of XRP will either be at the end of this month or more likely at the end of next month due to bullish divergences that will form at the Pico bottom. After that, we will push the bottom, guys, to new heights. I might even do that now. This one makes me feel nervous and like my heart is pounding because if the move that requires more P below does occur, it will be what? It will mark a significant event in world history, and although it won't happen right now, it will seem like the end of the world. To be completely honest, I might actually take some, characteristics and desires with XLM, correct? For this reason, I included XLM in the checklist. Since it's a top priority at the moment, it's actually above Bitcoin should the dump happen. Since XLM is essentially XRP's little brother, it is possible to catch a long from any place low as the probabilities are X is like explosive, tremendous, massive. XLM will essentially die, guys. So I'm going to use half of XRP, isn't that right? Try to cash a bottom with half of your XRP long position and the other half with XLM. Additionally, attempt to pay that bottom and observe what transpires at that moment. However, as XLM is more volatile than XRP, it is not a good idea to play the shorter time moves on it. Even if XRP is superior, you still want to know what it's called. Even in that case, you should try to find the bottom instead of performing quick moves. That's what I think, folks. I believe that this case will be resolved as soon as the movement is finished, right? Which brings us back to August, which is so strange, isn't it? How the price relates to the chart, which we have been discussing for some time. If it does establish a new ultimate high, this is how I can tell that XRP is currently being severely suppressed, since it is timely. Take a look at what transpired. We received the Evolve XRP ETF. Did that one just go live as well? That's absurd. 3IQ XRP ETF intentionally, about 39 million Canadian dollars, was the entire volume of the Canadian XRP ETFs on their first day of trading. Additionally, it didn't hurt XRP. Do any of you see what I mean? It did absolutely nothing. Can we check with the shorter time frame? Let's see what actually took place. Nothing. I was aware. First of all, if you purchase $5 million worth of XRP when the market is suppressed, it will most likely move by about 9%, or a very small, very low amount. By the way, I am aware of this fact. It will move more vertically, if we may use that term, if it isn't suppressed and they don't have bots controlling the price. However, all of the suppression bots will be released once the bottom is reached. Correct? Guys, they're going to activate the buy bots, and the small sums of money will be transferred very rapidly. The majority of XRP sellers have been retail, but the price has remained above $2 throughout, correct? That is really insane. Although there are many people selling, that price is still holding up right now, correct? Thus, it is under control. You don't see how prices are set, do you? Isn't that absolutely insane? Therefore, prices are controlled for, well, they are obviously bots, guys, right, that have taken over, and it's probably Ripple or someone, perhaps Satoshi Nakamoto, who is regulating the values of XRP, XLM, and all other coins. At this time, Cryptomaniac explains, now guys, there's a different part of XRP in the XRP community. So we simply need to exercise patience. This is known as white, and if you're patient enough, you should anticipate a 2-3. So if we're patient enough, expect 2 followed by 3. In order for XRP to reach 3 digits, we must have sufficient patience, correct? And that concludes it. Whoa. According to the log chart, that is all the way up here, people. 3 needs to be patient, which means I'm estimating a maximum of a few years. 2 isn't patient enough. If not, it will happen next. We are aware of what must occur. The word choice is intriguing. MrPool.com, correct. The source of this was MrPool.com, said on 6/20. Yes, the .com bubble 6/20 was the implosion, so perhaps be careful. Before it actually crashed, the